Travis Kelce's size isn't just impressive, it's absolutely jaw-dropping, the kind of physical presence that makes people stop and stare, and Starbuzz is here to break down why his build is so unique and why it has made him one of the most unstoppable forces in the game today, because when you measure him at 6 feet 5 inches and around 250 pounds, you're not just looking at another NFL athlete, you're looking at a rare combination of height, strength, reach, and agility that sets him apart from nearly everyone else on the field, and what's even more mind-blowing is how smoothly he moves with that size, since most athletes carrying that kind of frame don't have the fluidity or reaction time to keep up, yet Travis does it effortlessly, weaving past defenders, making impossible catches, and bulldozing through tackles in ways that look unreal. And that's why defenses hate matching up with him while quarterbacks absolutely love having him as a target, because his wingspan and vertical advantage mean he can turn passes that look uncatchable into highlight reels, especially in the red zone where his size becomes a nightmare for opponents who simply can't match up against his reach. But beyond the numbers, what really makes him stand out is how he owns his size with charisma and confidence, because whenever he walks into a room, shows up at an event, or even just appears on camera, you can't miss him. His frame commands attention, and his personality keeps it, making him not just an athlete but an entertainer, someone fans admire not only for his dominance on the field but also for how he embraces who he is off it, because Travis isn't shy about his build. He talks openly about how he trains, how he maintains his strength, and how he uses every inch of his frame to his advantage, and that honesty makes him even more relatable and appealing, as fans love seeing that mix of power and personality. And when you compare him to other tight ends across the NFL, while many hover around 6 feet 3 inches to 6 feet 4 inches and 240 to 250 pounds, Travis sits right at the upper edge and manages to maximize those gifts in a way few can, consistently turning his measurements into record-breaking performances and game-changing plays, which is why his size isn't just a statistic on paper but a weapon that changes the outcome of games. And watching him dominate in motion, whether he's sprinting down the field, leaping high to snatch a pass, or stiff-arming defenders like they're weightless, it's impossible not to be amazed by how rare he truly is, because athletes that big aren't supposed to move that gracefully, yet he does it with ease, and that's why fans, commentators, and even opponents can't stop talking about his presence, since his physical dominance is paired with skill, consistency, and a larger-than-life aura that keeps his legend growing with every season. And outside of football, his size still makes him unforgettable, towering over crowds at appearances, mingling with fans while looking like a giant among them, and still carrying himself with the same fearless energy that makes him magnetic, because it's not just about being tall or strong, it's about embodying that stature with style and confidence, and Travis has mastered that balance, showing the world that his size isn't a limitation or just a talking point, it's a part of his identity that fuels his success. And when you really think about it, his true size goes beyond the physical, it's symbolic of the massive impact he's had on football and on pop culture, because he's not only one of the best at his position but also one of the most charismatic personalities in sports, and Starbuzz sees it clearly. Travis Kelce isn't just built differently, he lives differently, proving that when you combine size, skill, and confidence, you don't just play the game, you change it forever.